Monday morning, we short a bale string. Every year we think, should we buy a couple of pallets of it? But then you end up moving it around the yard. Then it doesn't like overwintering. So we just generally get like, I don't know, 20 rolls here and there every so often until we run out. Just looking what it's called. Quadrotex. What does everyone else use? Gonna jump in this and look at the dryer, top of the dryer, the aspirator on it. I could do with getting a bit more power out of it. So I'm gonna see if I can make a deflector plate so the suction's a bit higher. When we swap the dryer, we put in a low line aspirator on the top so that we could get a 20-ton dryer in the gap where an 18-ton dryer was. It's not quite got the same suction as the old one. And some of the wheat we've been cutting, it's a bit fresh. We're just trying to get into it so that we can get the SFI in. But it's not thrashing the best. We can mess with the combine and get it thrashing really hard, and then it'll properly mash the straw up. So there's that balance. So normally it doesn't matter, it's got to go through the dryer anyway. It's 20-odd%. It'd hoover all the chaff out, but it's not quite doing the job that we want. I'm going to see if we can make it a little bit better. Morgan is off out with the horse. Yeah, I'm just weighing up how it works, this hoover. There's chaff in it. Yeah, so it sucks down that tube through that gap there, but I feel it needs to be a bit more powerful. Not a lot of suction there. It does hoover a bit out, but it's nice if it just got a bit more. I don't know how, but we completely forgot to row this over and bale this at the weekend, even though it's behind the yard. Where it's been running on the headlands, it's a bit flat, a bit damp. I'll go and get the rower up there. I left it at Bill and Joe's. You feel that wind, get that through it for now, and then this will bale later. Left this loaded last night. I'll go and tip it now. It's the dryer's caught up because it's been going overnight, so I've got room to tip it. Oh, missed it. Morgan was doing the ballerina trick round the telegraph pole with the quad track. I would say it's near perfect conditions for removing deep rough tram lines and the compaction that the winter's just given us. Not boiling too much soil, but it's shattering it underneath. You see the set of tram lines here where it's baked like concrete. Doesn't even know it's got it on that, does it? There's a picture there for the calendar. We're running the tines about 11 inches to take the compaction out, and the disc just to chop a bit of the surface trash, obviously, so that the legs don't catch, especially on some of the weedy bits in the tram lines. But you can pull a spool in the cab, lift the discs out and just use the tines if you want, or you could just use the disc and put the wheels down. So Morgan's just going to go a little bit just to show you what the tines are doing. So that's just the tines. Not a massive amount of difference because we aren't, like I say, working the disc too hard. But we want to leave it level, a bit leveler. So that'd be good if it was wet and you want to dry it out because it's left it raw and loose. But we want to leave it like that because we're basically going to drill birdie mix into it later. This is what we're getting rid of. You see the depth of the spade of the tram lines, like rivers, canals when it rains now. This is a good thing about the quad track. You won't even feel that tram line. pretty much levels it off, but to be honest, some of them are that deep. Rather than run the machine a lot deeper over the whole field, I think we're just going to go over the tram lines. There's another pass. Maybe we should have perhaps done it first, to be honest. But they're not deep all over the field. So that tractor was harvesting wheat yesterday, and it's harvesting potatoes today. So Bill and Joe have just started lifting this morning. You can see some already in that trailer, and some might be in that one as well. That is pretty similar to the Grimmy self-propelled we saw the other day, but obviously it's powered by a tractor. It works in a similar way. Just fluffing this up now so it gets a bit of wind through it. Just backed up, I didn't realise that could catch the tyre. I was just trying to back in the corner and I caught it with the tyre, so it's bent that tube. A bit annoying, I'll have to get the pipe bender on it in a minute. Thought it was miles away. Obviously not. I know why I've done this. Normally when you back it up it's folded up, but it wasn't. Anyway, we've unbolted it that end. I thought that had slid out for that tube, but it didn't. So we're just going to knock that roll pin out. Rob's going to take it and put it in the pipe bender. So the quality straw disappearing. Blends in that, doesn't it? That valve to that green one. Hopefully why I finish this field, Rob can straighten that tube and we can put it back on. Another Valtra out there now. John's going dropping that trailer off as a buffer for later. We'll try and keep up with 2 trailers on that distance we were doing yesterday, but we'll have that silage trailer as a spur for putting bits in and pick it up last thing. It's nearly as good as new, apart from we didn't have quite the right die for the pipe bender, so it's a little bit rippled. Straight though, isn't it?
We'll do it again.
Yeah, don't do it again, Morgan.
Is it me? Is you bent it?
We've just got to the combine and, as you see, it's starting to spit, but we'll try and cut this. Just the sort of the weedy bit left in this bottom corner. This doesn't look the thickest of crops, but it's yielding about 8.5 ton in places. I mean, what's it on there? 7.98. But here next door says thick crops don't yield. Yeah, I've messed around. I've shut the drum up a bit, turned the fan up a bit, changed the for 24%. It's got a little bit of green in. It's probably not that damp, but yeah, I've closed the drum, increased the drum rotor, put a bit more fan on, closed the bottom sieve and the top sieve. The sample's a lot better now. I'm looking at this next field and it was patched up with Skyfall. That's the stuff with the whiskers on, see the different rows in there. I'm just wondering whether we can cut it or not, because it's a little bit behind, but it does look quite ripe in places. Just the odd bit when you go maybe over here, especially into the tram line, edge of the tram line, you've got these green bits here as well though, which is so annoying. Just got this grassy corner left, but yeah, we might go into this one with the Skyfall patched up. And this one we nearly wrote it off completely. Then we decided that there wasn't a lot of spring corn seed about, so we've just left it. So we'll be lucky if it does a 1.5 tons, but just a little piece round a flood that we'll also get. My phone won't show the difference in colour in them rows, but they're like bleach white, and then the ones we cut today are a lot darker, but I don't think you can see it on the camera. Anyway, the tank's full again. This is where John's going to do it. Rock the header over, lift it up, and we can twist it over the hedge. I've probably showed you this many a time from in the cab, but this is it from the outside. Kind of like hook it round this left hand side. That just brushes over that side. Or you can leave the knife running and chop the top of the hedge. Now he's going to rock it this way now to get it over that hedge. Probably wants a couple of chunks taken out to about here and you can just drive straight through. So now he'll flip the header this way. Oh, he's in anyway. There you go. Sorted. Just spotted the trickle of grain. That's great, we've got birds on stuff. Every so often it was a little bit was coming out. So put him out of this manner. What a work of art all that is. We've stopped to empty and I was late, so John was waiting for me, but because of the power lines we've got to unload it here. That one's really low when it gets over that other field. I think they need to come and lift it up higher, to be honest. It's hard work, this grain carting. Especially watching John manoeuvre around them telegraph poles. Glad we patched this up, because that bit there is normal wheat, that bit there is normal wheat, but the rest is skyfall that we patched in because it was basically going to be just a massive bald area where it rotted away in the winter. The dust off the track, proper dusting out considering it rained this morning. You can't see now, but this trailer, when the weight come off, it was missing the other girder, and then as the pull forward it started to touch that girder because the weight had come off the drawbar and the suspension that much. Why when you drop something in a tractor cab does it always fall all the way down there where you can't reach it very easily? Got it, I think. All finished at Rainhill now, off to Halewood. Organ's behind, I think, are you? Yeah, I'm behind you. Oh, I can see you now. There he is in the mirror. This road's dead narrow at the other end. That road's ridiculously busy. So I've just stopped here now and just make sure no cars come down and get stuck on the narrow bit with the combine. I'm just going to get them to wait on the side. Oh, there they come. Coast is pretty much single track up there, you see. That's a sample out the dryer, 81% bushel. That's pretty good, or hectolitre weight. So a hectolitre, which is a litre of it, weighs 81 of a kg, 0.81 of a kg. That just needs a little bit more drying, but this is what we've just cut now. So can you see, some of the grains are green, some of them are hard and crispy, some of them are like squidgy. So much uneven ripening, especially on some that we've patched up. Hence why we've got bits of chaff in the sample as well. Hopefully after it's been in the dryer and had a good hoover, should be better. All the locals over there taking pictures. Oh, missed them. Gone behind the trailer. I'm carting through Halewood village and the tractor run comes through there at Christmas, and it's really nice because when you come through and there's everyone looks and waves and the kids are like wanting you to beep the horn. It never really used to be like that. It's there was like a massive disconnect, but now they understand what tractors are doing, and yeah, it's great. I mean, Clark's has probably helped as well, but in the local village they see tractors at Christmas with lights all over them. I think it's amazing, so I think that definitely helps. This was the field that had some bad wild oats in it. You can hear them chewing through the combine as the sun's going down now. Stunning pitch. It's just getting damp now. There's a man all over there he's going to work round, and we're having a wild oats and it's really damp. But with that stunning backdrop, let's do today's birthdays. We've got Caitlin Cafferty is 25, Team 007, don't know what that means. David Snow, Noah Martin is 5, Lucy Bouche, don't know how you pronounce it, 27. John Gervin's on there, Stephen Hart is 70. Then there's a big one this side. Sonia Sanders is 50. Harry Lennox is 13. Bill Lardner is 100. Harry and I don't know how you pronounce it. Reveley is 10. Harry Andy, don't know. And Rachel, and now we're up to £73,532 on today's birthday front linkage. So there you go. Oh yeah, he's looking for the manhole. It's only a minute ago when it went to 73,000, and now we're more than halfway to 74,000, which is just nuts. So what? A couple of weeks, it'll be £75,000. That's just amazing. Anyway, I'm going to end the video because while John's just finishing off that last bit, I am editing what you've just watched and uploading it for you, so it's not too late, because some of them have been a bit lately recently. If you made it this far, click like and let us know how you're feeling as a percent. I'm 95%. It's been all right actually. The wheat hasn't been as bad as we first feared. So that's pretty good. It means that we might make it to next harvest. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.